Hi, my name is Reed Strewing, and I did my topic on obesity. And I basically just touched on what obesity actually is and the factors that contribute to it, and the different plans that people can help not become obese or to treat obesity. The definition I had for obesity was the excess adipose tissue, or basically too much body fat, and it's one of the most pervasive chronic diseases in America today. The main causes for it would include inactivity and an unhealthy diet and eating habits. So basically, if you're just laying around and eating all the time junk food and stuff, then you're going to gain some weight. And here I put it's basically without activity, you can easily take in more calories every day than you use through normal activities and exercise. It's a really easy thing to do. Um, and as today, most Americans' diets are too high in calories, and we actually eat in very large portions than like we actually should. And normally people don't have enough time, they say, so they often get fast food or get cheaper foods, which would include fast food. And we also love our high calorie beverages like soda. There's actually six different types of obesity. There's high insulin secretion, low response to fullness, high response to food cues, learned preferences for junk food, binge eating or food addiction, activity avoidance, and rest seeking. And the factors that go along with obesity include genetics, your family lifestyle and activity, unhealthy diet, medical problems, certain medications, social and economic issues, age, pregnancy, quitting smoking, and lack of sleep. And I've already touched on about like not having an unhealthy diet and not working out could contribute to obesity, and also the social and economic issues, as if you don't have enough money, so you go get cheap fast food. And then I also touched on how obesity is measured, and it's measured through it goes by your body mass index or BMI, and it's basically a mathematical calculation involving your height and weight, and basically you just divide your weight by your height, then multiply by 704 and a half, and that's your BMI. And if you're below 18.5, you're considered underweight, and 18.5 to 24.9 is normal weight. 24.5 to 29.9 is overweight, and 30 and greater is obese. Then if you're 40 and greater, you're morbid or extreme obesity. And then the health effects of obesity include high blood pressure, diabetes, heart disease, joint problems, sleep apnea, cancer, metabolic syndrome, and psychosocial effects. Like your psychosocial effects would just be basically your body image and not being proud of what your body looks like, I guess. And then um, the danger of a heart attack is especially high for people with diabetes. So if you have obesity, it's going to increase that risk even more. And it also harms more than just the heart and blood vessels. It's a major cause of gallstones, osteoarthritis, and respiratory problems. That's just because you're carrying around a lot more extra weight than you should be, and you're putting all that extra pressure on your joints. And a healthy body is when your body is efficiently circulating your blood, your fluid levels are more easily managed, and if you have a healthy body, you're less likely to develop diabetes, heart disease, and certain cancers. And also touched base on the prevalence with obesity, and it's a nationwide epidemic. But basically, down in like the southern areas where all the comfort food is, obesity seems to be a lot higher in there, and just like in the Midwest in general. And then I talked about how child obesity is very big in the U.S. and is a lot higher among Hispanics and non-Hispanic blacks than among Hispanic whites. Treatment would just be dietary changes, exercise and activity, behavior change, prescription weight loss medication, then even weight loss surgery. Normally, you don't have weight loss surgery unless you have a BMI of 40 or higher. These include things like gastric bypass surgery or the gastric sleeve. Prevention strategies is basically just targeting the food environments, the physical activity environments, and the broader socio-economic environments. And you can directly influence behavior and improving eating and physical activity behaviors. So by this, you can set small goals for yourself. And then this was really interesting, actually, the economic impact. Obese men spend an estimated $1,152 on medical costs every year, and then obese women actually double that cost. And there's an estimated 190 billion per year due to obesity. And then there's your direct costs that include that kind of go towards that cost, and your direct costs would be such things as like surgery, laboratory and radiological tests, and drug therapy. Indirect would be value of lost work, insurance, and wages. And that's about all I have. And I guess the most important thing to know about obesity is that it is preventable, and you can prevent from not having diabetes or obesity.